Good morning and welcome to my channel. Yesterday I made a video about Haworthias, which are plants from the family Asphodelaceae, and I somehow didn't include in that video my Gasterias, which belong to the same family, Asphodelaceae, are very similar to Haworthias. They are leaf succulents and they look almost the same, except for the flowers, but they are not in bloom right now. Haworthias have very boring flowers, very tiny, white, insignificant flowers. Gasterias have flowers that are very tiny too, but they are bright orange and they have the shape of a stomach. That's where the name for the genus come from. Gasterias and gastro, for example, gastritis or gastrointestinal problems are medical terms for problems with the stomach. So, Gasterias. Beautiful flowers, small, on a spike, but bright orange and in the shape of a stomach. They are leaf succulents, just like Haworthias. They store water in their leaves. They are from dry environments, and the storage of water takes place in the leaves. There can be also stem succulents, just like cacti, for example, where the water is stored in the stem. But here it's the opposite. The stem is reduced to a structure that is holding the leaves together, and we don't see it at all. The body of the plant is shaped by the leaves here. Okay? So this is Gasteria glomerata, and this is Gasteria bicolor variety liliputiana. I bought this plant, this Gasteria bicolor, about 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. I don't know, I don't remember, but please do not underestimate just flower departments, plant departments in grocery stores or hardware stores. I bought it at Home Depot, and it looked awful. It was just in a very tiny pot. The leaves were all either brown or half dry. It looked awful, but look how beautiful it is now, and it blooms. I made a video about this plant in bloom somewhere in April this year, so you can have a look at how beautiful it is when it blooms. It had more than 10 spikes, close to 15 spikes, if I remember well. Beautiful. And this one, I've had it forever. I bought it as a tiny one plant, and then it created offsets, and then it started looking as beautiful as this one, and then something happened. The leaves started drying and it started looking quite dreadful, so I transplanted it. I cleared the stems, I cleared the plants from the old leaves. It's actually the same clone, but each offset created a new plant. So I cleared all the plants from dry leaves and I planted them again. And I planted 3 of the offsets in a separate pot, and they are growing nicely. They were very tiny when I planted them, and they are growing nicely because I was really afraid that I might lose the plant. So I divided it and I created a new plant here, just worrying that I might lose all the plants here. But they grow nicely, and hopefully they will look as beautiful as this one with time, maybe for next year or so. So when you have a plant that doesn't grow well, my strategy is, and I suggest you use it, is to divide the plant and to create a new one, just in case. Okay? So these are my Gasterias. I really like them. I don't know, I have a soft spot for succulents, for plants that are designed to overcome difficulties and harsh conditions. And succulents are exactly that. They are equipped by nature, by the evolution, to survive very, very dry conditions, to survive lack of water. Okay? And when I water them, those plants, during the growth seasons, just like now, I water them quite a lot. Once a week, I soak them. And then when I see that they are absolutely dry, then I water them again, I soak them again. And this dryness occur in about a week, within about a week. And during the dormancy period, they don't undergo a deep dormancy. I water them as well. I water them once a month. I don't soak them as thoroughly as I do it now. I water them about once a month, once every 3 weeks. And you can see when the soil is dry, that's when they need watering. And the soil dries up at a different rate depending on the metabolism of the plant, whether it is growing actively or not. So the evaporation is an active process. When the plant is photosynthesizing, when the plant is growing, it uses quite a lot of water, because photosynthesis uses water to through the photosynthesis, plants use water to build up their bodies, to produce glucose. They use water to do that. Okay, and when they are in a rest mode, they don't photosynthesize, so they don't use water. So that's why one needs to be very careful not to overwater the plants when they are not in the growing mode. However, during summertime, when the plants are increasing their mass, that are building up new leaves, new parts of the body are getting bigger, then they can use a lot of water, even if they are succulents. Okay, so it's only during their dormancy one has to be very careful not to give them more water than they actually need. Okay, so this is about it. This is what I would like to share with you about my Gasterias. I hope you like them, and I hope this one, maybe next year, will bloom, and I will able to show you how beautiful it will be. Let's see. Okay? Thank you very much for watching my video. Have a great rest of the day.